Once upon a time, in a faraway African village surrounded by green hills, dancing palm trees, and the sweet songs of morning birds, there lived a young girl named Ella. From the moment she was born, everyone in the village agreed that she was beautiful. Her eyes shone like the morning dew, her skin glowed like ripe mango, and her smile could make even the sun jealous. But as she grew older, her heart began to grow proud, too proud. Ella loved only one thing more than herself: her reflection. Every morning, before the rooster could even crow, she would sit before her mirror, touching her smooth cheeks and brushing her long hair. She would smile at herself and whisper, "Oh, Ella, you are the most beautiful girl in the world. No one can ever compare to you." When her mother called her to fetch water from the stream, she would sigh loudly and say, "Mother, do you want this beauty to carry a heavy pot on her head? The sun might burn my soft skin." When her friends called her to join them at the farm, she would wave her hand proudly and say, "Farming is for those who have nothing beautiful to protect. I am not meant to touch mud." Ella's friends began to marry one by one. Some married farmers, others hunters or traders. But Ella would laugh and mock them, saying, "You mean you married that poor man with one torn wrapper? Look at you. That can never be me. I will marry the richest man in the whole world. My wedding will shake the ground, and the drums will play for 7 nights." The villagers began to shake their heads. Even her parents tried to correct her. Her mother said, "Ella, my daughter, beauty is nothing without kindness. Pride is like fire, it burns the one who carries it." But Ella would simply roll her eyes and say, "Mama, don't worry about me. I know what I'm doing. I am too beautiful for suffering." One sunny afternoon, Ella went to the market, her head high and her face shining like oiled gold. As she walked, people turned to admire her. She smiled proudly, enjoying every stare. But at one corner of the market sat an old woman, wrinkled and bent, her clothes dusty, her eyes tired from the years. The old woman stretched out her hand and said softly, "My daughter, please, can you give me some water to drink?" Ella stopped and looked at her with disgust. "Water? Do you think I'm your maid? Look at you, so dirty. You should be at home sleeping, not showing your wrinkled face in public." The old woman's eyes filled with tears. "Please, my child, don't insult me. The world turns round. One day you might need the help of those you despise." Ella folded her arms and laughed. "The world cannot turn against me. I am the most beautiful girl in the world. I need no one." The old woman sighed deeply. "Since you think you are above everyone, may your beauty teach you humility." She pointed her wrinkled finger at Ella and said, "From this moment, your pride shall be your curse. You shall lose the face you adore until you learn to bow your head in kindness." A cold wind blew across the market. People gasped as Ella's face began to change before their eyes. Her smooth skin became rough like dry yam. Her bright eyes turned dull and red. Her long hair fell to the ground like dead leaves. Her once soft voice became cracked. She screamed and ran to the river, looking at her reflection. What she saw made her faint. When she awoke, she ran home crying, "Mama, Mama, look at me." Her mother saw her and shouted, "What happened to my daughter?" Ella cried and told her everything. Her father said, "You mocked an elder. You brought this upon yourself." Days turned to weeks. No one wanted to talk to her anymore. The same friends she used to mock now avoided her. People whispered, "Is that Ella? The proud one? Look at what pride can do." Ella became lonely. She tried to find the old woman to beg her, but no one knew where she had gone. Then one night, a strange dream came to Ella. In the dream, she heard a voice saying, "The only way to break your curse is to marry the oldest, ugliest man in the world and serve him with humility." When she woke up, she screamed, "No, I cannot do that. I, Ella, marry an ugly old man? Never." But as days passed, her condition worsened. Her beauty was gone forever. Her parents were heartbroken, and Ella had no choice. She set out on a journey to find the man. She walked through forests, crossed rivers, and climbed hills. Finally, she found him, a man so old that his beard looked like a dusty broom, his breath smelled like rotten cola, and his teeth were few and brown. He lived in a crooked hut and laughed loudly when he saw her. "So you are the proud beauty?" he said, chuckling. "Well, come in, my new wife." Ella trembled, but she remembered the dream. "Yes, I will marry you," she said softly. Their wedding was not a celebration, but a sorrow. Villagers came to watch and whispered among themselves. Some laughed, others pitied her. That night, Ella realized what true suffering was. The old man snored so loudly that the house shook. He ordered her around, "Cook my food now. Wash my feet. Don't sit there." His breath was terrible, his manners worse, and he never said a kind word. Days turned to months. Ella did everything without complaint. She fetched water, swept the compound, cooked food, and endured his rudeness. Her once soft hands became rough. Her back ached, and her spirit softened. One day, as she washed clothes by the river, she looked at the water and whispered, "Oh, river, I was once proud. I mocked others. I forgot that beauty without humility is empty. I have learned my lesson." Tears rolled down her cheeks into the water. Just then, a gentle breeze blew. A sweet voice echoed. It was the old woman again. She appeared, smiling this time. "Ella, your heart has changed. You have become humble. You have learned the power of kindness." She waved her hand, and instantly, Ella's beauty returned even greater than before. Her skin glowed, her hair grew back, and her eyes sparkled like stars. Ella gasped, touching her face in disbelief. The old woman smiled. "You are free now. Go and live with wisdom." Ella thanked her deeply, bowed, and ran home. Her family screamed with joy when they saw her. Soon after, she divorced the old man and began a new life. But this time, she was not proud. She greeted everyone with respect, helped the poor, and spent her days thanking God for mercy. Many months later, a handsome, wealthy man came to the village. He was kind, humble, and full of wisdom. When he met Ella, he saw not just her beauty, but her gentle heart. He married her, and their wedding was the most joyful in the land. Ella never returned to her old ways. Whenever she looked into a mirror, she would smile softly and whisper, "Beauty is nothing without a humble heart." From that day on, she became an example to every young woman in the village. Parents told their daughters, "Be like the new Ella, humble, prayerful, and kind." And sometimes, when the wind blew across the hills, the villagers would say it was the old woman's spirit smiling, watching over the hearts that had learned her lesson. Question for you: have you ever talked rudely to an elderly person when you were young? Let me know in the comments below.